welcome back to another video. Today is going to be another restoration video. I'm going to restore these cobbler pincer pliers and this little set square here. This set square is in really good condition, actually just needs a bit of a clean up and repaint in there. Edges all polishing and linishing. A little bit of rust to get rid of. We'll do that on a nice level flat surface, put it on the workbench with some wet and dry just to get it nice and level. But that should just all come apart quite easy, and then this just needs a bit of a polish as well. Get all the bits of rust and dirt off. The actual cobbling pliers, like this pair here, they're not as good a quality as this pair. This is a nice heavy pair, but they're pretty good. They're probably good 30-40 years old. Got them from Auto Jumble. If you look there, I don't know if you can see on camera, the actual edge of the pincers aren't quite lined up, so they need grinding flush to get a nice smooth finish. We'll polish all this edge up here, and then we'll just satin black these or even gloss black them, and then just have the polished edge. But all this pair here, I want to linish all over, so it's all a nice shiny or satiny sort of metal finish, and then we'll just oil them on a regular basis to stop them from rusting. But again, we'll grind this edge down and make it all nice and smooth. But you can see how I can see that on camera. Which is, if I can zoom in for you, you can see there, they're nice and flush. So it's not going to take much to actually get them to a nice actual edge. The edge in there, inside there, is not bad either. Just needs a bit of a clean and a file. Clean all that up. We'll smooth all this in here, and then we'll linish them all over. And like I said on the other pair, you can see how the gap is not quite flush. So you've got like an edge on the inside and the outside, so you really want an edge just on the inside. But they're a nice weight, nice tool. Like I said, on the set square, it's not in bad condition, just needs a bit of a clean, a bit of repaint, and these edges all linishing flat, some wet and dry. Just get rid of all the rust marks, surface rust, get that to a nice finish. And again, we'll just keep that oiled, some nice 3-in-1 oil. Just rub it over every so often, stop it from re-rusting. Comes out there, hopefully on a spring. Yep, quite difficult to do it around the camera. That's one side. Look at that, easy, perfect. So you can actually get replacements of these. When somebody says, when you're an apprentice, we used to have the old joke, go for a long stand, go and get me a bubble for a spirit level. You can actually go and get a bubble for a spirit level. Anyway, so we'll put them to one side. I'll probably polish the brass up on that, nice and shiny, and we'll linish all this. So I'm going to start by just polishing the ruler up a little bit. It's got a few little bits of dirt on there, so I'll give it a quick degrease first with just some panel wipe. This one's from Pro XL, just in an aerosol. Just remove any actual grease and dirt, which is cleaning up pretty nice just on that on its own. But we'll give it a little polish on the soft mop, just on my metal polishing head thing here. See if we can brighten it up a little bit. That's coming up quite nice. I think I'll just put the heavier mop on and just see if I can polish up that edge on both the sides of the ruler, or rule. As my granddad used to say, it's always a rule, not a ruler. Ruler's a king. Or was it a metalwork teacher who said that? Anyway, here's the heavier grit rouge as well. Yeah, that's improved that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for that. It's stainless anyway, so it's not going to rust. We will give it bit of a light polish by hand as well. I'm going to go too mad and get rid of all the marks on it. It's got a little bit of a patina to it, but it looks quite nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is see if I can linish the edge of the actual set square itself. So I don't actually want to use the grinder or sanding wheel or anything like that on this, because I don't really affect the actual flat edge. So what I'm going to do is actually just on the bench here, a little piece of 1200 grit, wet and dry. I'm just going to use this nice flat surface and just linish this actual surface by hand, and then I'll go in with a little bit of 1500 afterwards just to polish it up, and then I may go over with the polisher just to brighten it up a little bit. So I use a little bit of window cleaner as a lubrication, just a little bit on there, and then we'll just gently, just pressure of the actual tool itself, just to clean the rust off. That's the way, and then that way. It should start to bring up nice and clean. It's been about an hour. As you can see, it's just starting to come up lovely now, nice and flat, nice and polished. So a little bit more work. I think I'm going to switch to the 1500 now, and I think it should come up nice and flat. Let me just turn this off. Get copyrighted by somebody else's YouTube channel. So what I'm going to do now is get the 1500. I'll probably spend another hour or so on this, watch a little bit of YouTube, drink some coffee, and hopefully it should be done, ready for polishing on the mop on the drill. So I'll turn you off so I can put my YouTube back on. So we're all polished up with the 1500 there. Still a little bit of gouging in that there, but that's quite deep, so I can't really get that out. You can see that on camera there. But I'm quite happy with the actual finish. The edges are coming up quite nice. There's a bit of scarring there, but that'll probably come out with a polishing mop in a minute. So what I'm going to do now is get it on the coarsest grip mop, because this is a solid steel, so it shouldn't actually gouge into it. Just give it a nice gentle polish. Then we'll go through the grades of the 2 grades. So we've got 3 grades to go for, and that should be a really nice polish finish. And then we'll mask all that off, give this a quick coat of satin black, rebuild it all, and it's job done. I agree, it's pretty good. Oh, lovely, nice and smooth, nice and shiny. It's not affected the actual angles at all, it's not gouged into it. A little bit of care and attention. So I've just been cleaning this just with a little bit of window cleaner and a paintbrush, and it's actually cleaning up really nice. As you can see, I put the brass nail nut back in, I gave that a bit of a polish. The steel roll slide's really nice now. I'll drop a little bit of 3-in-1 on there as well, I think, just to lubricate it. But the paintwork is actually not bad at all under all that grime and dirt. So I think I'm going to leave it as it is. Keep it original. Because I think if you look at that, that's not bad at all, is it? The original satin black paint. Just give it a little bit of a spray with some detailer. I should do this first, this side first. See all the dirt coming out there. I think that's quite a nice finish actually. Really pleased with that. Yeah, pence. Not bad at all. Right, so what I'm going to do is, like I said, get a little bit of detailer. Again, it's just the mirror image hydrate ceramic detailer. Give that a bit of a coat on that. Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that paint at all. No point in wasting time and effort just to paint that again when the paint's actually perfect. Yeah, lovely. So we'll do now, get the old spirit level bubble, slide it in, hopefully it goes back in nicely. Yeah, lovely. Okay, so what I'll do now, I think I'm just going to spray it with a little bit of GT85, stop it from rusting, keep it all nice and clean. Wipe over. It's just to give it a general coat. Smells great, this stuff as well. Helps keep the rust at bay. Shouldn't really matter on the stainless steel, but it's just the actual steel here, the solid steel. I want to keep that nice and rust free now. It's all been linished and polished. Yes, I think you'll agree. That's pretty good. One hell of a shine on it now. Right, so that job is done. So now we'll get on with the plier set. I think I'm going to start with this one, the older of the two. It's got a little nail removing claw at the back as well, so I'll probably linish that. Definitely linish in the front. I'm tempted to linish it all over to give a really nice sort of finish, so I might even do that first. So first of all, I'm going to hit it with a wire brush just on the drill, get as much of the old rust off as I can, and then we'll start linishing. So I'll be using just basically a combination of my drill and different wire brushes. Got the cup style ones there, a little comb one. I'll also be using for linishing this 80 grit floppy disk I just put on the drill, and then this 240 red scotch bright disc as well. That's pretty cool, these. I think this was only about £1, I think, and that seems to do a really nice job, finishes things really nice. Then I may even do the end bits on the polishing buffer wheel. So I'll get on with wire brushing all this all over. See, it cleans up quite nicely. Got spare batteries all on charge. It'll take me a while. I've also got a little steel wire brush and a copper wire brush, just to get through all the bits and pieces that I can't get to with the thing. And then we'll give it a good degrease and we'll start linishing it. I've actually started linishing this top bit here. I'm using my little sanding disc on my grinder just to cut through all the rust and grime and make that a nice smooth finish. But as I was cleaning this bit area here, did notice the initials come through. I don't know if you can see those. CNS. Just give you a close up. See them there? It's ground in. So we used to do this with all our tools when I was cobbling. You used to put your initials on them, stop people from pinching them. I think there's one on the other side somewhere. I see one on the other side. There, you see? That's pretty cool. A little bit of history to these old tools. Interesting to find out, you know, the name of the person who owned these and what he used them for. Maybe he was just a mechanic or chippy or even a cobbler. Who knows? So anyway, I'll continue with the linishing. As you can see, it's coming up quite nice. I don't want to go too mad on here. I want to still keep that patina to it, but I want to actually grind this surface here. Definitely front surface. I'm going to do that. Get that edge all nice and clean and sharp. I may have to file that in there just to get rid of those marks off it. So we've got a nice mating edge then. So I'll carry on doing that and I'll update you in a minute. So a little update, as you can see, I've got a really nice sort of patinaed finish on that now. I've buffed the edge there. I still need to file this edge along here just to make a nice clean sharp edge along there. I'll get the this in a vise and file it and just make that a nice edge on the inside as well. Just clean that up a little bit. And then I think I'm going to keep that patina as it is. I think that was quite nice, not over restored, not over shiny. I did the nail puller end as well. I just buffed that over a little bit, just on the normal buffer, same thing I used on the set square, so I don't want to go too mad with it, but I think that looks really nice, just enough. So I'm going to file that edge, make that all that nice and neat, and I'm going to call that set pretty much done. All I'm going to do then is just give it a really nice oil, some 3-in-1 oil, all into the areas, and just give it a nice coating, probably with some WD-40 as well. I may even put a little bit of grease in there just to stop it from rusting, and then they will be pretty much done. So the next ones is going to be an easier finish, because I'm going to paint these. I'm just going to do them in satin black, I think, so I'm just going to mask them off from here. So I'm going to clean all this area up here, same as I've done with this, exactly the same. Linish all this front, polish that, file the edges. But the edges aren't too bad on these, not too bad at all, as you can see. I'll give you a close up. As you can see there, pretty good. So I just need a little bit of a linish and a polish and a paint and mask them up, so we'll do that next. So for the handles, I decided to just hand paint these with a little bit of black engine enamel, give it a nice hard glossy finish. So I'm going to turn this paint a little bit. Just got little lumps in it, so it should be fine once it all settles in. Nice glossy finish. Probably do a couple of coats, I think. Just protect it a little bit. This pair is a little bit more modern than the other pair. That's why I wanted to keep the other pair unpainted, as it would have been probably from factory, but it's just been linished and oiled. This is going to be nicely glossed. Probably just about there, but I'll start linishing. Not too worried about it in here, so I'll grease in there. I think I agree, that's looking quite nice. Right, I'll let that dry. It's quite fast drying paint, this. It'll take about half an hour or so, maybe a bit longer today because it's quite a cold day today, cold rainy day. Nice day to be in your workshop with a little project and a mug of tea. Right, okay, that's one coat done. I'll leave that to dry and then we'll do another coat. So the paint's all dry. I think that, a little bit of oil on there, I think that looks pretty good. Nice and shiny, a nice sharp edge on there now as well. It's ready to be used and abused for another 40-50 years. I'm really happy with this pair as well. They're greased up really nice and loose now. You can use them with one hand. All nicely polished. Again, nice edge in there. I'm really pleased with those. I'm really pleased with that as well. Best 50p I ever spent. So then some nice vintage tools there to go into my collection. I will actually be using these as well, not just display pieces. So if you've liked this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.